Would I leave Northern Ireland? Let me think. Yes, I would.
Called you so many times today, and I guess it's all true what your girlfriend said. You don't ever want to see me again. Your brother's gonna kill me and he's 6'10". I guess you'd call it cowardice, but I'm not prepared to go on like this. I can't stand losing you. I can't stand losing you. I see you sent my letters back and my LP records and they're all scratched. I can't see the point in another day when nobody listens to a word I say. You can call it lack of confidence, but to carry on living doesn't make no sense. I can't stand losing you. I can't stand losing you. Walking on love. Walking on guess this is our last goodbye. You don't care, so I won't cry. You'll be sorry when I'm dead. All this guilt will be on your head. I guess you call it suicide, but I'm too full to swallow my pride. I can't stand losing you. 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 I can't stand losing you.
That's a song called I Can't Stand the Sultans of Swing, featuring a mashup between the Police and Dire Straits. I played that last week. I won't play two more of those. I'm going to get some more. What I'm saying is I'm not going to play.
Absolutely brilliant. Aye. Okay. I'll leave it. I'll make sure Gerry does that for you. Okay. All right. Cheers. Bye.
You make sure I do what? Make sure I do what?
That was a little private conversation with.
There's no such thing as a private conversation when the programme starts at 10:30. Everything is open to discussion.
I know, but that was.
Come on.
A person who's in the public eye.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm not going to reveal this person's name in case the person is listening.
Can
now,
I guess?
Even if you guess, I wouldn't tell you. It's that close shop.
Sensitive?
And this person is in the public eye, and this person is a good friend of yours and a good friend of mine.
Indeed.
And he asked me to do him a little favour, and you are the cornerstone of this. It doesn't happen without you.
The catalyst.
So that's what I was saying. I says, well, I'll see the Gerry. I'll talk to him.
I'm the conduit.
And we'll get it done. And then,
This is nothing we can talk about now. Is it nothing we can talk about now?
No, I don't think
Is it anything he wants done on the radio?
No, it's nothing sensitive.
Why must I drag everything out of you?
Because you shouldn't ask me.
I have to ask you because every word you utter is of relevance to the listeners.
No, thank you.
Because after all, between 10:30 and 12 o'clock, we belong to the listeners, even though I'd go away to the West Indies if I had money.
Yes.
Well,
So
do you
anyway.
want to tell me about it? No. And is he going to come back to us?
No.
No.
You are.
Oh, I am going to come back to him.
Yes. But
You're going to tell me eventually in the fullness of time what this is about, but not
Yes.
now at the moment.
Exactly.
Is it important?
To him it is.
Is there anything to do with, will I make money out of it?
No.
Well, I don't. I'm not interested.
No, but he's a friend.
Is he?
Yes. But
Okay.
and you would do it, but I know you won't do it.
Do you know in Donegal, do you ever hear anyone saying the people next door are neighbours but they're not friends? Do you ever hear people saying that?
No.
And people, who are the people next door? Oh, they're friends, they're neighbours, yeah. But the people on the other side, no, they're not friends. They are our neighbours, but they're not friends. In Donegal, if you're a neighbour is a person who lives beside you, right? And a friend is also a person who lives beside you. But a person who lives beside you and you're not friendly with is a neighbour.
There's a common denominator
Is there?
with Joel Taggart.
There's a common denominator with Joel Taggart.
And the man I was talking to.
All right, then.
All right.
Was it Jackie Fullerton?
No.
No. Someone else?
No, there's
All right,
some-
then. There's no point in this because, new listeners will be confused because
That's
they
right.
regard this as being a rather pointless conversation about nothing.
You have something to do for Joel Taggart.
Have I? Oh, I know that. I'm going to give him a copy of Carrickfergus. I will do that. Do you think I forgot about that?
Yes.
Yes, I did. So how can we get it to him? I will be in Belfast tomorrow.
No, we don't trust you.
Oh, you don't trust me?
No.
Well, I'll be in Belfast tomorrow. Can I
No.
not bring it up to him?
No.
Why could I not bring it up to him
No,
tomorrow?
no, big
I'll
time.
be in the vicinity, in the building.
No.
You don't trust me?
Joel needs this. It's for Harry.
Greg.
Greg, thank you very
I know
much.
that.
I beg your
And I will do anything for Harry Gregg, because Harry Gregg is a gentleman and a scholar. And I will bring...
And
I will
a big lump of a man.
A big lump of a man, and a very decent man.
A big, decent
And a
man,
very
indeed,
good man. Now, tell me this and tell me no more. How does Joel need this record dispatched to him if I'm not good enough to give it to him personally? What does he need it for? You just don't trust me to give it to him.
Joel would like to have it in his possession sometime this morning. So, well,
This requires sending it down the line.
we will send it to him.
This requires some...
Ken, we need Ken.
Ken! This is called for electronic... Ken's getting older looking.
We get Ken.
Did you notice that?
No, he's not. Ken's
He's getting
not,
older looking.
He's not getting older
He
looking.
is. He's losing a
not.
bit of weight too. I think he's fading away with the responsibility upon his shoulders. He's starting to look haggard.
Here he
Look, is
comes,
that-
here he comes.
Pretend you're doing something.
Let's be busy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The number to
Morning,
ring if
Ken.
you want to contact... Hello, Ken. The number to ring if you want to contact...
Yes? Yes, you can.
The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. The email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk.
No, there's nothing
and the,
wrong. We need you to send a...
and-
we need you to send a CD.
the text messaging service is 81771.
Joel Taggart.
Bye, Ken. Bye. Bye. Yes, he is getting older looking, isn't he? Do you notice that?
Yeah. What is it?
He's not angry, is he?
No.
Listen now, I'm coming down with offers of dog pens. We were talking tomorrow, someone wanted a galvanised dog pen, and I was quite surprised to hear that a person would want such a thing, but apparently all kinds of people supply them. A gentleman said, I heard a request today, look at a dog pen. Well, I sell top quality dog runs. They are suitable for small to medium dog. They are galvanised and they're only £179, including free delivery anywhere in Northern Ireland. They're 6 foot by 6 foot, 6 by 6 foot. Can you put this out so the person can hear? Hopefully, there's a number here. So, gentlemen, and we've got some other offers of dog pens as well, but I left the pieces of paper upstairs. So if I can, maybe perhaps. Did I not ask you to get me a Belfast Telegraph?
Here it is. Janet brought it in to me.
What do you want me to do? Jump through the window and get it?
I said to Janet, Gerry requires a Belfast Telegraph. Janet brought it in to me
Why was she not bringing it to me?
because she doesn't like you.
There's a good story on page 3 about a young Thai person who is the first child. Is the first man to have a baby after the tsunami in Thailand. One of the orphans. It's a great story. And Willie Gregg's going to tell us about him because did you see that photograph?
Yeah,
The photograph of the gentleman and his beautiful wife
yeah,
and his son.
yeah. Beautiful. I'm just
Well,
looking at it here.
Willie Gregg from Coleraine found that young man wandering around in a daze after the Thai.
Willie Gray. She said Willie with a beard.
That's Willie. Yeah.
I never thought Willie would have a beard.
It's a great story on page 3 of the Belfast Telegraph today. So we're going to talk to Will. As a matter of fact, I'll give him a little ring after this and we'll chat to him. Listen, I know you're reading the paper now. Do you think maybe
Yeah.
I could have it? Because it's important that, because I'm doing the interview and it's possibly better if I have the paper myself. And Janet wouldn't bring it in to me. Did you see Women of the Lodge last night?
I didn't. I was
What a
out
great
walking.
programme. Walking?
Walking.
In the dark and the rain?
I said walking.
Was it...
I came across a robbery last night.
Oh, tell me about that.
No, I did. Yes.
Really? Did you
Yes.
jump in and save the people? What happened?
No, I came across.
Be careful now. Let's not
I know
embroil
that's
yourself
right.
in any
I said,
legal...
No, I'm not. No, it was a friend of mine who has an off license.
Yes.
And it was robbed. And I was out for a walk and I walked past the off license and he was standing outside it. He said, I'm just waiting for the police to arrive. I've just been robbed. So-
I once saw a off. What do you call them again? See, I can't even say it. I once saw an off license being robbed. I shouldn't really say this, but it's right. I was standing on the off license. I was buying some ice. Hope you don't think I was buying drink or anything. Well, I'm standing there, you see, and the door flies open, and in comes a yob, with a hood up.
Right.
Not that anyone wearing a hood up is a yob, but it's a fair indication that he might be. And he goes, "Ah!" And he grabs a bottle of red wine and runs out. And everybody's standing like this. Yeah. And the boy says, "Just where's that boy just stole a bottle of wine there?" And he runs out and he runs after him, but the boy's too quick for him. And he goes by. He says, "You know what? This town's coming to," that kind of thing. But I noticed that, it's a well-known ploy. But what you do is, I mean, if he had walked in and I'd have looked around and seen this guy with the hood, you would have said, maybe he'd do something. So you'd be watching him. And he couldn't just, if he had lifted a bottle of wine, you see, you'd have been almost ready to go for him. If you owned the place, I, of course, would not take no part in it. But what he does, what these people do is they roar out at them to scare you.
Yeah.
And then they grab the wine or not, and you're kind of standing there because he lets this almighty roar, and it kind of frightens you. Apparently,
Yeah, well,
that's what people do.
I think that's
what
what
police
happened
do
last
as
night.
well.
That's what happened last night, believe it or not.
That's what
Something.
do-
This fella, he
when the
didn't have
police
a
do-
gun or anything, he was in threatened. He lifted a bottle and threatened to.
What they do is they go and they go, "Ah!" And you're going, "No!" Now, before you recover, he's gone. I tried it myself the night after.
No, you didn't. Stop it.
Dear.
Anyway, I was out walking,
Were you?
and then because of the incident, I couldn't walk away and leave him standing there. I had to stand.
It's
talk,
comfort him.
and we had all sorts of small talk, and we chatted and waiting for the police to arrive.
Polis, yes.
So
Good. Anyway, you didn't see that last night, the Women of the Lodge. Very good
I
film.
was caught up in a robbery.
I know.
Starsky and Hutch.
People should watch it. Very revealing, I thought. Maybe perhaps people should watch that on BBC iPlayer. It's
Do you know what I watched last
opens a few
night?
doors, yes?
You know what I watched last night? And I giggled and tee-heed to myself.
Yes.
20. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
2012.
2012, yeah.
BBC 4.
2012.
It's about the Olympics, isn't it?
Oh, it was so
It's funny, isn't it?
Funny last
Yeah, it is funny.
night.
Yeah.
And then I like
Is this going to take long?
no.
No, is it going to take long?
No.
I hope you don't think I'm trying to stop you, but I'm just
Just
asking
trying
you,
to think of
is this going to take
I
long?
can't remember the program it was on. The name of it.
That's what I'm
Jack
wondering.
Jack D's program. Dead donkey. Drop a dead donkey. No, it's
No.
not drop it. The big deal.
No.
Little,
I know what it is. I'm not going to tell you.
All right. It's something to do with showbiz. It's an expression in showbiz, isn't it? It's only one word.
I'm not going to help you with
Am I
this.
right? Is it one word?
It's 2 words.
2 words.
I'm not going to help you with this.
No, don't.
Except the second one is balloon.
Lead.
That's it. Well done.
I do. I laughed at Lead Balloon as well.
You laughed a lot last night
I-
because those two programs were back to back.
Yes, but I stopped. Then I watched Did you see the dads in sitcoms?
No,
Right. That was
I refuse to watch that.
that was an hour-long program. Now, what do you hear?
I watched the Women of the Lodge. That was enough for me.
Right. This was an hour-long program, and about dads and about. They started off with Warren Mitchell.
Is this going to take very long?
And it was
Yeah.
very good till death us depart.
Yeah.
And they featured him, and they
Yes.
and they also talked about Steptoe and Son,
good.
right? And that was interesting. People were on talking about. And then where did it go then?
I don't know.
When you said, "That's it, I've had enough."
Where did it go then?
It went to "Some mothers do have them," and he says, "No."
That was it for you.
Did you ever think? Did you find that funny?
Some others do have them?
Yeah.
No.
No, neither did I. So that's why I said, "No, Michael Crawford, you were not my cup of tea." So
I'm a
I turned
man.
it off.
I'm a wee man.
I went to Vincent Brown. I watched Vincent Brown.
I'm a wee man with a wee black hat. I'm not too thin, but I'm not too fat. My wife's called Brenda. I'm called Pat. And I just keep rolling along. I live in a house with a wee green door. I never spit or fart or snore. A flock floral carpet on the floor. And I just keep rolling along. I mow the lawn meticulous. I can drive a car, but not a bus. I try so hard to be one of us. And I keep rolling along. I work in the office of R.J. Ray, makers of the wizard plastic tray, suitable for drinks or cups of tea, and I just keep rolling along. On Sundays after church I go, where I sit in my favourite row. The devil fills me with woe, but I just keep rolling along. Antiques Roadshow, then to bed, holy thoughts in my head. I would never ever watch Father Ted, I just keep rolling along. A slice of toast and a cup of tea, then it's cheerio from me, timid as a mouse and oh so wee, but I just keep rolling along. Sometimes I like to climb a hill, scream and shriek, so very shrill, but I know in my heart I never will, because I just keep rolling along. There must be more than plastic trays, foreign lands, sunny days. Brenda says it's just a phase. So I keep rolling along, I know my place, I know my station, living a life of quiet desperation. I can't find an explanation, so I just keep rolling along. And so begins another day. Am I in a Kafka play? No exit sign to show the way. I just keep rolling along. I just keep rolling along in a world of grey without a song. This can't be right. This must be wrong. There must be more than just rolling along. Must have been watching the women of the lodge. You hear me doing that?
I have a question for you.
May have to wait.
It will wait.
Is it a hard one?
No.
I like the easy ones.
She got the house, I got the car. 1 minute we're married, then the next I'm in a singles bar. I still can't believe how easy it was for them to figure out the cost of falling out of love. But they did, and then they sent the bill to me. No love is free. No love is free. No love is free. No love is free. We met at 11. Smoke filled the air. I still remember all the flowers she wore in her hair. We moved in together. The years drifted by, and somewhere between the kids, careers and cars, we forgot to try. Now all I have are some expensive memories. No love is free. No love is free. No love is free. No love is free. Losing your money, just the start. You don't watch out, you lose your heart. Oh, oh, oh. Somewhere, somehow, someday, sooner or later, you're gonna pay, you're gonna pay and pay and pay and pay. That's just the way it is. Well, I put my life together again. I'm just a little bit older and wiser and poorer than I was back then. But I learned a lesson I'll never forget. Sometimes the love you give, it does not always equal the love you get. Every passion has its price, you take it from me. No love is free. No love is free. No love is free.
That's a fella called Tom Griffith. That's a song called No Love Is Free. That's from an album called 40 Years Later that was out a couple of years ago. And hold on, I'm just trying to do something. Sorry, I'm doing this magical wizardry here. Hold on a second. What have we done here? Sorry, I'm mumbling, I know, but sometimes that's the way this goes. That's it. Right. A gentleman says, "Hi, Princess Gerry." Thank you. Small request from you today. Could you please play Jason Clarke's single Sparks? He's supporting X Factor winner Shane Ward in the Waterfront tonight. Get him on your show. Right, well, that's good. Shane Ward? I didn't realise he was still alive. Can you give me the number of that man with the dog's pen? Yes, I'll just put that to the one side in the pending tray.
There you go. Up. Yes. I'm talking.
I know.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I was just talking to a man here.
Is that man upset? Is that man there? That
What
man
man?
who's upset? Is he on the line, is he? That man?
No.
The man I called May McFetridge apparently
No.
wanted some redress.
No.
Is that okay?
Sorry?
What?
He's in the shower.
I'm sorry.
Emma can't get him.
Woo! I just wanted to check there because, it's very difficult for me because sometimes...
Kieran's on the line.
Sometimes I come on here and I say things off the top of my head. Sometimes it has an adverse effect on people. And I like to adjust that if indeed I've offended anyone.
Never adjusted as far as I'm concerned.
Because you're not like an ordinary person. You're like a person that annoys me. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jai.
Kieran, is it?
Yes.
Yes, Kieran. What can we do for you today?
My uncle lost his wee boxer dog
All right.
on Sunday. It run away, so it was out the gate or something was open.
Uh-huh.
And the kids are devastated, so if you put a wee message out, it was in the Broom area in Twinbrook, Dunmurray,
Twinbrook.
Yes.
Oh,
but it
Marino?
could be-
Twinbrook?
So-
Yeah. And a wee boxer dog. Any distinguishing features about it?
It's a wee brownie dog. It's a wee brown colour and it has a collar, and it's 7 months old, and you call it Toby.
Toby. All right then. Okay. And when did he disappear?
Sunday.
Sunday. Well, not
Yeah.
too bad. A day or two. Could well be wandering around. Be getting hungry now, I imagine, if nobody's fed it. All right then. So keep an eye out for a wee boxer called Toby, a wee brown job
Yes.
in
About 7 months old would be.
Twinbrook.
Yes, or it could be in the Lagmore area or Andy Town.
All right.
Could
Okay.
be
Andy
that.
Turner, okay. All right then. So we urge the people. What?
Is there no white at all on it? Is there no white on it? Kieran.
No, it's just
Pure brown.
Yes, it's
Have you never
different
seen a
with colour
brown-
feet, I think.
Eh?
Have you never seen a brown dog before?
It's usually, boxers usually are normally... I thought boxers always had two colours.
Yeah, well, his wee feet's a darker colour.
You see?
It's a darker brown.
Ah, there you are, you see.
I was no white there.
No, but his wee feet are darker. You see? So he's got 4 wee dark feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
It does
Toby-
make a difference
Toby,
indeed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Toby.
Okay. Well, we hope that some man out for a walk, some man possibly not having any gainful employment, will be walking around during the day, and will perhaps spot this dog and have nothing else to do but follow it. And indeed, you say there are kids in high dudgeon about this.
I was out walking last night.
Mm-hmm.
I walked past this house, and there was this black and white cat sitting on the windowsill
What'd
of
you
this
do?
house. No, I just stopped, and I momentarily, because there's a garden between me and the cat, so it was all right, you see. So I just stood and I looked at it, and I said, "I bet you someone will pass you by, Mr. Cat, and think you're lost." But this cat was looking at me, and the cat was sort of saying to me, "Mind your own business, more or less. Move on." You just knew what the cat was thinking.
I know, but
I'm not lost.
You should stop talking to cats at night. Anyway, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Well, if he sees the dog, don't be telling it to mind his own business. Just
No.
pick it up.
Okay, pick it up and give us a ring here at 08459 555 678. Thank you.
Okay, cheers, Jai. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bury me in a simple box of sanded pine and leather. Deep and dark, the hole be dug, and the farther down, the better. Carry me on your shoulders high, and mourners walk and meet her. The crooked path to the riverside, and the singer's song be sweeter. Oh, oh, bury me. Just bury me. Bury me in the green, green grass, there to join my lover. Shed no tear over life and past, for death came for another. Bury me with the
That's a nice song about burial and death to bring it up to 11 o'clock news. We'll be back after the news.
Some people think I threw my life away, but I can't find no pleasure in it Bury me in a suit of clothes, a modest form of fashion. 'Cause I was dead inside the day she died, and I don't regret my passing. Bury me while the children weep, so we can be together. Side by side, never there to sleep. We'll be holding hands forever. Oh, oh, bury me. Just bury me. Oh, bury me. Bury me. Just bury me.
On 92 to 95 FM,
and 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock, BBC News with Anne-Marie Foster. The annual rate of inflation has risen sharply to its highest level in almost 2.5 years. The Consumer Prices Index increased from 4 to 4.4% in February. Here's Simon Gompertz.
The worrying upward trend in inflation shows no sign of petering out. Last month, more expensive gas, electricity and heating oil were to blame, along with price rises for clothing and footwear after the January sales. And since then, petrol and diesel prices have reached new record levels. Meanwhile, the wider measure of inflation, the Retail Prices Index, which includes housing costs, went up to 5.5% from 5.1%. The higher cost of living is putting household budgets under increasing pressure, and it's raised expectations that the Bank of England will respond in the coming months by putting up interest rates.
A financial penalty system could be introduced in Northern Ireland's hospitals. It would mean that every time a casualty patient is made to wait longer than 12 hours for treatment, the hospital could be fined £500. Sean Donaghy is the chief executive of the Northern Health Trust. He said imposing fines is not the answer.
Removing money from the trust will not be an immediate incentive to improve performance. We will be focused on improving performance irrespective of what the overall performance management regime is. If it is the case that we find ourselves with less money by virtue of systems of fines, that will force us to have a conversation with our colleagues right across the system to say, well, which elements of service are we going to have to curtail?
The Health and Social Care Board, which proposed the fine system, says the penalty fines would be counterbalanced by an award for good performance. It says the decision now rests with the Department of Health. An American warplane enforcing the no-fly zone over Libya has crashed after what appears to be mechanical failure. One crew member has been rescued and another is in the process of being recovered. It comes after a third night of airstrikes from international forces. That was the news. Now Auntie Phillips has the weather forecast.
A rather cloudy start, but any patches of drizzle across London, Derry and Antrim will tend to die out as they spread across central and southern parts. So the rest of the day looks mainly dry with a few brighter sunny intervals breaking through from time to time. And although not as warm as it was in places yesterday, it should still be mild with highs of 13 or 14 Celsius and very little breeze.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news. There's been an accident on Shanes Hill Road in Kilwater. The road has been closed. That's just off the main A8 between Belfast and Larne. Also in County Antrim, delays can be expected on the A26 north of Ballymena. That's due to the roadworks there at Glaryford. Elsewhere, and expect delays on St Patrick's Avenue in Downpatrick as roadworks are taking place there until the beginning of April. And part of the Hilltown Road near Castlewellan will be closed from 9:30 until 4:30 each day until next Friday. Traffic there is being diverted through Rathfriland and Hilltown. Anne Jordan reporting. Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, women in the orange. They can't walk without their men's say-so. Would you want to be in it? The South Armagh Community Centre, which has had hundreds of thousands of public money, now pictures emerge of children posing with guns there. Leading members of the Fermanagh GAA panel walk out. What's going on there? Then also, a couple of things I want your calls on. Buggy rage. Have you ever been attacked when you're out with your youngster in a buggy? And have you done any redding out lately? We threw out more clothes than anywhere else in the UK. Why's that? Do we just have too much in the first place? Too much money? Too much for our own good? You can tell me and join the debate on Talkback at 12.
Thank you, Wendy. The gentleman sent me an email. He's concerned. He considers that Mrs. Brown may well be Jackie Fullerton in a dress. We can scotch that right away, can't we?
Yes.
That's not true. I've been asked by many people to play a request for a song that I played a couple of days ago. It's called Bullet Train.
Talking of clothes.
Yes?
Do women still wear corsets?
Yes, they do. To conceal their blubber. But they're much more tactical.
He gave the people hope and purpose. Built a place called Camelot. And we were the wide-eyed innocents. Till somebody had him shot. He's been long gone. Too long gone. You know his name. Now he's riding on the bullet train. Said the black man, when we'll all study war no more. Equality he said for everyone here. Then they shot him on the second floor. He's been long gone, too long gone. You know his name, now he's riding on the bullet train. Riding on the bullet train. To kill himself. He's been long gone, too long gone. It's a crying shame. Now he's riding on the bullet train. Riding on the bullet train. Riding on the bullet train. He's riding on the bullet train. Prayer for the dear departed, who left this old world too soon. There's a lot of poor souls on that bullet train, but Lord knows they got more
That was no good at all. That was useless. Useless.
That's Ken again.
No.
See, what happened is, you see, the little thing triggers without me.
No.
What I do is I line up the record, right, and I wait until the first record is finished, and then I edge it in, I mix it, so to speak. But then I don't look at the dial, because I assume that the thing is not going to start without me. So I play the first record, and then when the first record is finished, I put the second one on, not noticing that it's already been started for 2 minutes. Ken has made this thing defy me.
Well, talking of mixing,
Yes.
Gerlin, while making her beds, says, where can you get those mashed up songs that you play? Can they be downloaded?
GoHomeProductions.com.
Go Home Productions. She looked. She can't find them in there. Emma said.
Really?
Well,
Well, they're
she
supposed to
said.
be there. They are there. I don't know. Ask her to
Go
look
Home
again.
Productions.
Yeah, ask her to look again. She may have missed something. Do Gerry and Sean ever appear together? I would like to see them.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Do you remember the time we died in Castle Rock?
Died everywhere.
Where did we die? No, we died spectacularly. In the Salmon Inn.
Yes, the Salmon Inn.
The
was
Salmon
the
Leap.
worst
Salmon
ever.
Leap, we
The
died there.
Salmon Leap was the worst.
We died there to such a degree that, you know, people
was your
talk
fault.
about that. I
That
know
was
it
your
was my
fault.
fault. I know, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that we died there in an amazing way.
I'll never forget that because it was one of the first gigs that we got paid for.
They offered us money and they told us to go up and do 20 minutes. We had nothing near 20
And
minutes.
on the way down to Coleraine, I said to you, we better do something, better rehearse. And you kept, shut up. And you kept telling me to shut up. And I said, no, look, I'll do Pat Jennings, and I'll come on with a white coat and a ball, and then you say this, and then I'll say that. And you said, I'm not doing that. It just happened. I said, no, please. And then I said, well, I'll do this and I'll do that. And you wouldn't have any part of it.
No.
And when there's a man on playing guitar or something like that, and I knew we were on next.
Yeah.
And I was out.
People were expecting an act.
I was out on a car park, in the Salmon Leap car park, with a white coat on me, pretending to be Dr. Jennings.
Bunching
A
a ball.
white medical coat and a ball, rehearsing myself. And therefore, you would have nothing to do with it. So therefore, when I offered you a line, you just told me to wise up.
That was. I was going through an awkward stage then.
You played a guitar, an electric guitar, which had no amplification. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was going through an awkward stage. I was going through my anti-show business stage, and I'm still in it. I refuse to have anything to do with show business. But anyway, a gentleman writes to me and he said, "I noticed the phrase 'the reality is creeping back into Ulster's premier politicians." Well, you know, that's true. I noticed that myself. There was a time we thought it was going away. Do you know when people get used to being storm-out, they begin to be, sometimes they begin to sound like normal human beings. Well, apparently this has stopped now, and they're now saying the reality is anymore. And do you know what's making a comeback too? And I'm waiting for it any minute. Fudge.
Oh, no.
Remember fudge? There's nothing but a fudge. A fudge.
Is Big Jim on tonight? Big Jim
I don't know.
I'll watch him
I don't
tonight.
know. There's a very good spotlight program on tonight, by the way, about Hazel Stewart and that whole that whole business. I think I'll watch that tonight. I thought I'd erased this horrible phrase when I poured scone on anyone who used it. Mark Durkin, apparently one of the worst offenders. Now, Mark's a nice man, but, you know, he keeps saying the reality is. The reality is. Of course the reality is. We don't want to know what the unreality is. I hope the upcoming election will not be breeding ground for the reality is. I'll tell you what, there's no budget cuts certain out there, Libyans, eh? Yeah, none of that.
Listen.
It's amazing what a sniff of oil can do.
You see that song Bullet Train?
Yes.
Well, when it was playing there,
When it was playing there, yes.
I was thinking to myself, if I were in a group with you, I would say to you, that song's for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You would sing that.
I would sing that.
Yes,
yeah.
that'd be a good song for you to sing.
That would be me, yeah. A gentleman, rapidly changing the subject. If I want a couple
Willie.
of... Could you stop talking when I'm talking? I'm the
try-
presenter.
I'm trying to tell you that Willie's there.
Is he? If I won a couple of million, I would turn up at work naked on my desk with a bottle of whiskey and see how long it took to get me fired, just out of curiosity. Probably leave you there. My husband is from Derry, and he has your show on the radio every day. We moved out here to Puerto Rico in the Canary Islands for the same reason. Or maybe it's Puerto Rico. Oh, no. It's Puerto Rico. Is that Puerto Rico in the Canary Islands? Or Puerto Rico?
I don't know. You're the boy who's got the letter.
I know, but it doesn't say what Puerto Rico it is. See, there's a place called Puerto Rico in Gran Canaria, I think, up in the north.
I don't know.
Where's that called? Puerto Cruz? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, average temperature 25 degrees. It doesn't sound like Canary Islands. Average temperature Canary Islands this time is about 14 as far as I can tell. We are now resident in Puerto Rico. If you win the lottery, come and spend the day putting sunscreen on my... No. You don't read that bit. Another gentleman says, you mentioned new listeners. Oh, how I laughed. Willie Gregg is on the line. Willie.
Good morning, Gerry.
Willie, there's a great story in the Belfast Telegraph, page 3, about a young man called Anon Sermson, if I pronounce his name well.
You got it bang on, Gerry. Yep.
And a photograph of his lovely, beautiful girl, who's his wife, and a little baby. And it's a great story. Tell the people what the story is. They'll probably read it in the Belfast Telegraph later, but tell them about your involvement in this.
Briefly, Gerry, because it would take the whole programme. But basically, I bumped into this young fella when I first went out to try to help the children that were lost, or the children that had lost all their families and possessions and one thing or another. And anyway, I came across this young fella teaching.
Well, so let me just stop you. That was in 2000. That was the tsunami in 2004.
Oh, tsunami in 2004, a lifetime ago, Gerry, and you've been helping me regularly ever since. Thank you very, very much, and I appreciate the odd wee slot. But basically, this young fella, he was too old to be with the children, and he wasn't old enough to be on his own, if you know what I mean. He was at an awkward stage, and if I hadn't have got hold of him and put him in a sort of right direction, he could have gone really, really the wrong way, and he mightn't be about today, you know.
Yeah.
But to put it bluntly, we got I made a promise to him, and I said, look, if you do well in your exams, I'll get you into university, and that's what he wanted. And he got his exams with the skin of his teeth.
What age was he? What age was he then? Obviously,
he was probably knocking on the door at 16 or so. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gerry. I'm literally sitting in the car with notes written all over the back of my hand, and I haven't got the exact date of that, but I would say it was around about 15 and a half. And anyway, he got through his last few months of his secondary education, got his exams, and then he contacted me to remind me of my promise. And I thought, oh my God, he's done it. And then I had to scamper around trying to organise fund or support to get him through university. But to cut to the chase, a very, very good friend of mine in Port Stewart came up with some money, and Willie's Orphan Fund came up with some money, and we got him sponsored for university. He got his electrical exams at university, in Paquette University.
Yeah.
And he got a job straight away. And he basically did a fantastic job. And then he bumped in, but met a beautiful young lady.
She is beautiful. Look, her photographs in the paper today. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course they fell in love, and he didn't have anybody, to love. And to cut to the chase, they got married. And a few months ago, he landed back at the orphanage with his 2-month or 3-month-old daughter on his arm. And it's just unbelievable. This young fella had lost everything.
And basically, this was a fella that was just wandering around dazed, really, I suppose.
Well, he was taken on board by the foundation that I worked directly with, who literally lifted the children off the street, and unfortunately they were picking children out of trees and cars, not unlike what you see in the news today, unfortunately, but in Japan. But this was completely different. These kids had lost every single thing they had, and the foundation over there that I ended up involved with, we found these children, and believe you me, I was a bit like the Pied Piper some days. It wasn't hard to find them because they were looking for me, you know.
It's kind of like the stories that you hear today. Apparently, from what I can gather from the news in Japan, they built the schools in high ground just in case there is a tsunami. So when the tsunami did come and the kids were at school, they were in higher ground, but all their parents were below and they were killed.
That's the fact in Japan, and it's a terrible, terrible thing. But my goodness, when I watch that unfolding, it's just bringing back everything that I saw when I started off 6 years ago with the Asian tsunami. I don't know what to say, Gerry, but I need to just rhyme a couple of things off here. Look, thanks to your listeners for signing up for standing orders and direct debits with Willie's Orphan Fund. It's the backbone of my charity. Yeah. Every week or every couple of weeks, I'm running a function of some sort to raise money. But the backbone of the foundation I built up is through the standing orders, and I'm proud to say that in 6.5 years, there's not been 1 month missed on the payments. And that's nearly £1,000 a month.
Oh,
so,
that's, yeah.
You know, that's unbelievable.
So
But,
people can do that yet, because you haven't. I mean, you're still doing it. You haven't left.
Oh,
those.
believe me, yeah. This is. There's 70 odd children that are getting educated thanks to the people of the province, and a great percentage of them are your listeners. They can contact me on. They can Facebook Willie's Orphan Fund.
Yeah.
They can Facebook Willie Gregg.
Yeah.
They can email me at
Willie, is your name? Is your WILLIE?
Yes, indeed. WILLIEGREGG.
Yeah.
At msn.com. We've got a website. www.williesorphanfund.com. There's even a fantastic 3-minute video on YouTube. If you just YouTube Willie's Orphan Fund and the music, Gerry, I sent you. I don't mind saying this over the radio. I sent you a bottle of bloody good Bushmills whiskey and sellotaped the CD of the Extremist song, saying the song "Stay the Way You Are."
That's right. Yeah.
Those guys, Yule Walls and all the guys in the Extremists, they've backed me over the years, and they actually, Yule, the writer of the song, gave me the song as a present, as my anthem for my charity, which is mind blowing.
Yeah, that's great.
Mind blowing. But Gerry, one wee thing I want to say before I know I'm taking up. I always take up more time.
You're all right.
Look, I'll give you my first of all. I'll tell you what my latest project is. Apart from all the education and the artwork that the kids are doing, and their dance and one thing and another, they're all pretty healthy wee trouts, and they're very, very, very good at helping other people, believe it or not, and they need help, but they love helping other people. I've come across a young girl, and I don't honestly know her exact age. She could be 6.5, she might be 7. She's been living for the past probably 5 years in a glorified kennel, coal bunker thing. It's a three-sided building with no front on it, and she's been living with her two grandparents. Two grannies, from what I can understand. The poor soul, with ascertained, has got cerebral palsy, and she's just in a bit of a mess, to put it mildly. And I'm building a bit of accommodation close to the orphanage, so she and her grandparents, her two grannies, can be close to the help that they might need from the people that work in the orphanage, and also the kids in the orphanage want to help look after this young girl. Yeah. She needs dental work, she needs an eye operation, she needs a body splint, she needs a proper chair to sit in, she needs a proper bed to sleep in. What she doesn't need isn't, that's just the real bad stuff that she needs. And she also needs an awful lot of TLC.
Yeah.
The poor soul has been fed on milk, chocolate milk shake. That's all she's been digesting for years, so that wee soul's got no teeth left. They're all rotten. Look, this is my big project. We've got Annan. Annan's up and going. Annan's married. Annan's happy. He's got a child. That's past news. This new news is this young girl. I know I can't wave a magic wand and cure her or anything like that there, but I can make what life she has a little bit more of a quality, and that's my next project. And it's going to be quite a big one, because there's going to be quite a lot involved.
And people can help by logging onto your website.
Yeah, or give me a buzz. I'll read my telephone number out slowly. It's 07980 004 964. And look, I'm easy got hold of. I'm easy. If anybody wants to give me a hand with this, I'd be more than grateful. I don't know how to thank the people that have helped me over the past 6.5 years, you included. Basically, there's a whole lot of kids out there with an education that they would never have had if it hadn't been for the people of the province.
If people want any proof of what you're doing, just buy the Belfast Telegraph and just look at the story on page 3, and you just see that the happiness looking out of those kids' eyes.
Oh yeah,
that's all you need to see.
Yeah, and you know something, they even put a wee comment on page 26. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, the Belfast Telegraph has done me good,
Okay. Well, you're doing a great job, and I keep saying to you, you're a saint. So, and good man yourself. And the website is williesorphanfund.com, and your number is 0798 000 4964. If you've any spare cash at all or any time in your hands, you want to help Willie, you could do no better. Thank you, Willie.
Jerry, look, thanks for
Go
your
ahead.
time. Thanks for your time. Oh, and by the way, Jerry, the salmon leap is gone, and you guys are still there, so you must have done something right.
You see, we survived the salmon leap, Coyle.
We closed it.
Thank you, Willie.
Hey, Jerry, take care, and thanks for everything.
Not at all. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Here's a demo from a singer called Paddy Maguire. I think this is wonderful.
I'd like to be your friend when times get tough. I wanna kiss your mouth, just ask me to. Someone so beautiful, someone like you. I love to see your smile, it helps me through. Won't you stay in my arms tonight? Won't you stay in my arms? You're everywhere I go. You're everything I know for sure I'll be yours, 'cause you're everything I know. Treat me like a fallen god, dropped from the sky. All I know is don't let go, my heart would not forgive me. So nod your hand through mine, just you and me. Dream the dream that love is, do you wake to find it's true? Won't you stay in my arms tonight? Won't you stay in my arms? You're everywhere I go. You're everything I know for sure I'll be yours, 'cause you're everything I know. I wanna turn your light on. 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 'Cause you're everywhere I go. You're everything I know for sure I'll be yours, 'cause you're everything I know. You're everything I know for sure I'll be yours, 'cause you're everything I know.
That's a demo by a singer called Paddy Maguire, and that's a song called You're Everything I Know. That man is, well, he's trying to make his way in the music business. If I was in the music business and I heard that, I'd be ringing him. So anyone out there, I think that's a hit. Do you not think that's a wonderful song?
Yes.
Thank you for your enthusiasm. I can always depend on you for unbridled enthusiasm. I do not think he's a real find. I think he's a real find. I can see him becoming very big. He's a cross between kind of Cat Stevens and Christy Hennessy.
Put him on your concert.
I would love to. As a matter of fact, I will. Yeah, if he'll do it. Yeah.
There you are, you see.
When I'm raising money for my marathon, which will kill me.
Did you run yesterday, by the way?
I did run
yesterday. This is just a little update to let people know what's happening. How far did you run yesterday?
You're just looking for a hole, aren't you?
No, I'm
for
not.
a chink in my arm.
No, I am not. I know what this people want to know.
I'll tell you what I did yesterday. I did the same as I did the day before. I ran 3 laps of the football field. Then I walked.
And how far was that?
3/4 of a mile.
4 laps being a mile. So it's 3/4.
It's 3/4, yeah. I think you can work that out
Yes,
without,
we did.
without
Joel,
benefit of an abacus.
Yeah, Joel Taggart doubts you as well, too.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Doubting Thomas?
Yes.
And then I
Joel.
walked for 3 miles then.
No, you walked for 3 miles.
Yeah. And I have to say, I feel as if I've been beaten up by dwarves below the knee.
Uh-huh.
I really do feel as if I'm hammered here. But I know that there's no pain, no gain. And I'm willing to stand this pain for the listeners. And I know
How
that
do you know you walk 3 miles? This is what fascinates me. How do you know?
Because when I drive from A to B, and sometimes I look at the speedometer and I know how far that is. For instance, there's a village in Donegal called Muff. Mm-hmm. If I walk from there to Muff, to my house, and back again, it's 3 miles.
I doubt that very much.
You doubt that it's 3 miles?
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody has moved some of the roadway.
No, I doubt
according
that
to my
very much.
speedometer,
It's
it's 3
not-
miles.
I
From where
would-
I live?
I doubt that.
From where I live?
I would doubt it's 3 miles.
It's 3 miles. And a mile and a half? You think it's a mile and a half from where I live to the border?
Right, no. I don't. I would
But,
doubt
but you're preferring to say it's not.
I don't think it would be 3 mile walk.
Do you think it's a mile and a half from where I live to
I
the
don't
border?
think so. No.
Yes, it is. It is. Think about it. Look, you can see that terrain in your head.
No. Yes. No.
It's a mile and a
You've
half.
got it in your head that it's 3 miles.
No,
You have this,
I looked at my. One day I drove from my house to the village.
Did you
above.
zero your speedometer?
No, 3.5 hours. Didn't take me all that long. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
It took you 2 hours exactly.
The running as well.
So you ran for.
I left the house at 2 o'clock and I ran for 3 laps.
Right. You ran 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
And then you walked
3
2
miles.
3 mile.
Yeah.
And it all took you 2 hours.
Well, about 2.5. Yeah.
No. Is it 2 hours or is it 2.5 hours? What is it now?
What are you, some kind of pedant? I'm saying it was roughly 2 hours, probably more than that.
Yeah. Well,
I left about 2 o'clock.
Well, more than
I left about 2 o'clock. Came back about kind of 3:30, 4:15, that kind of thing. I'm not clocking in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not clocking in. I'm trying to help you by saying this is round about the time I get home.
Right, 2.5
And when I go
hours.
home, I go, oh, what time is it? I don't do that. I just walk in, sit down, and collapse on a chair.
2.5 hours.
Yes.
To walk 3 miles and run 3/4 of a mile.
I was in no hurry.
That's okay. 2.5 hours. There's a
Are you
coffee
happy with
in-
that?
No, I'm going to work it out now.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You were on with the fat boy at 10:30, and I suggested that you were Mamie McFadridge. I must apologise.
I'm very angry at you, Gerry.
I'm terribly sorry about that. I just
Because, simple reason, I was lying in bed and I'm just over a big chest infection. I'm only finished antibiotics, so lying in bed when you're lying flat, plus the fact the chest infection. So when you said that, I was really angry because there's people, friends of mine who listen to Gerry Anderson, and I'm going to get some terrible slagging tomorrow.
I apologise. You see, what happens is, I never listen to the Fat Boy if I can possibly help it because it depresses me. If I listen to it for more than 5 minutes, I'm looking for a shilling for the gas meter. And so what I do is I come into the studio well ahead of time to prepare this programme. So this programme starts at 10:30, so I'm in the studio, sometimes at 29 minutes past 10. So I have to put on the thing to hear where I'm going, and I happen to hear his voice. And I always hear about a minute of the programme. I always hear the last minute, which is usually more than enough. And I just heard a wee snip of your voice, and just your voice reminded me of Mamie McFadridge, who indeed is John Lennon, and who indeed is a good friend of mine. And I thought I genuinely thought it was Mamie McFadridge. Because you sounded a wee bit like him, but it was not insulting in any way. It's just the tone of your voice, not the way you were speaking. I'm not implying you were talking like a woman. I'm just saying the tone of your voice sounded like John, the timbre of your voice. The timbre.
Can
The timbre.
I talk like Meg McFadridge now and say that if I had been there with you this morning, as she says, I would have slapped the big off you.
You see, that's a fairly good impersonation, I have to say. All right, then. I apologise. I won't call you Mamie McFadridge
No
again. for
problem,
any reason.
thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye. You see how, that was...
So, apparently it takes you... on average,
for God's sake!
15 minutes to walk a mile. It takes you 15 minutes to walk a mile.
Yes.
So you walk 3 miles, so that's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So that leaves you an hour and 45 minutes to run 3/4 of a mile.
Yes. But you forget the time that I spent lying on the grass panting.
There's a man on too.
Trying to get my breath back.
So it takes you an hour and 45 minutes to run 3/4 of an hour.
Yes.
To run 3/4 of a mile.
No, but there's time in between. Obviously, I
How
can
long
run...
is it going to take you to run the marathon?
About 2 days, I think. No, but you see, I can run 3/4 of a mile in something like 10 minutes.
Hey?
15 minutes, yeah.
You can run 3/4. Give me that again.
3/4 of a mile.
In 10 minutes?
No, but 15 minutes, like, roughly. That's jogging quite slowly.
That's very...
15.
But you can walk a mile in 15 minutes.
I know, but when I walk, we're going roughly at the same speed as I'm going when I'm walking.
So you're running slower than you walk.
Oh, yeah. See, running's a whole different ball game. You use different.
Than you walk.
Yeah. If I was walking, I'd beat me.
It's going to be. It's going to be some marathon.
It's easy to laugh, and it's easy to snigger and sneer. And I notice. Am I joining in?
Yes, Oliver's on too.
I notice there's a certain amount of disrespect there, and I notice there's a certain amount of sniggering in there. And who knows what you say when my back is turned or when I'm not here? But all I'm saying to you is this: it's me that's doing the running. It's you that's doing the slacking. So I'll leave the listeners to make up their own minds.
No, well, in that case,
as to who is making the most effort.
At your pace and your speed, I would be prepared to walk with you the marathon, the New York Marathon. I could walk as fast as you can run.
But you don't understand.
And I've got angina.
But I know you'll die soon.
Yeah.
But you don't understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm starting slowly. I'm building myself up. I'm starting slowly, because I have a heart too. You know, I don't want to ruin it. I am starting slowly. I shall build myself up. When you see me, I am running 5 miles in the Belfast Marathon on May the 2nd. Will you say that? You won't see my heels for dust.
Will you complete it? Will you do the 5 miles?
Of course not.
No.
But I'm going to have a crack. I might not be ready for 5 miles then, but I'll be ready for 3 or 4.
No, you're not.
How far do you think I'll be able to run 100 yards?
No, you need a man with you.
I don't need a man. I don't want to be going out to some smelly man.
You need someone with you.
No, a smelly man who'll come in under these oxters talking about football. No, I don't need anybody. I'm happy on my own. I run away on my own.
It's your distance that worries me. It's your concept of a mile and 3/4 of a mile. You have no idea at all. You're going nowhere near
Listen,
that
you
distance.
must think I'm some kind of neophyte. No. Let me just say this to you. And
you look at a football pitch and suddenly say, I'll run around that 4 times and that's a mile.
No, but can't you hear me when I'm talking to you? When I was a young lad, being educated and abused by the Christian Brothers, I used to run on a regular basis. I was a sprinter. My distances were the 100 yards, the 220 and the 440, right? Now, the 440 was a lap of Celtic Park, right? A mile was 4 laps of Celtic Park, right? In Derry, Stoke, Londonderry. And that's where we used to play our Gaelic football. Play with the jersey. Right. When we'd turn up there,
right.
And the second half was a game of 2 halves, and I would turn up and put the jersey on, and I'd die for that jersey. Anyway,
so all football pitches are the same?
No, they are not all the same. There are small pitches and there are large football pitches. Yes. But I happen to know that the size of the Celtic Park football pitch is roughly the same as the pitch around which I run. So I know that I am running. That I know. See, you get me angry now. I know that a circuit of that pitch is roughly a quarter of a mile. A circuit of that pitch is roughly a quarter of a mile. So therefore, when I multiply that by 4, if I run around 4 times, I will probably have run somewhere maybe 10, 20 yards short, maybe perhaps of a mile, but more or less 1,600 yards, I would say. Okay? Will you shut up now, please?
Oliver.
Where?
A 2.
See how you get me angry. Good morning, Oliver.
Hello, Gerry. How are you?
I'm sorry you had to listen to that outburst of anger.
There's nothing like a bit of anger to get it off your chest, Gerry.
I feel better now. Yeah, go ahead anyway.
Feel the best. I tell you what it is, Gerry. I'm ringing here from the Crack Theatre in Coleilen.
Oh, hold on a minute. Is Sean Donnelly with you?
Sean's coming on
Thursday. I'm sorry, this Friday.
This Friday night.
I was going to mention that later on. I'm glad you came on because, will he be all right in his own, I wonder?
Well, he's actually along with another man called Brendan Monaghan.
Oh, what is Brendan plays the flute, doesn't he?
Brendan's a piper and whistle player with the Phil Coulter band.
Oh, good.
And a very, very
I know him. Of course I know him. So that's the two of them appearing on Friday night at the Crack Theatre in Coleilen.
At the Crack Theatre, yes. Now, there was a wee bit of confusion in that some of the publicity material that went out, Gerry, said that the show was at 8:30. It's actually at 8 o'clock, so if anybody's coming along or wants to come along, if they make their way here to the theatre for 8 o'clock rather than 8:30.
So it's 8 o'clock Friday night, the Crack Theatre in Coleilen.
Gerry, you're going to have to come down here. Yeah, you're missing out big time.
Oh, Friday? No, I can't do that on Friday unless I'm otherwise engaged. Not professionally, but private matter.
I mean, you're going to have to make an appearance at the Crack Theatre.
Oh, I'd love to get down. Invite me and give me money, and I'll come down anytime.
Your people can talk to our people.
All right, my people will talk to your people soon.
Yeah.
I will not talk to Sean Coyle's people or Sean Donnelly's people.
No.
Because you've already talked to them about his gig on Friday night. So that's Sean Donnelly, Brent Monaghan.
Appearing at the Crack Theatre, Cullean, Friday night, the 25th of March at 8:30.
At 8 o'clock? No, it's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
You see, you made the same mistake again.
I know. It's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, anybody wants to check us out, they can do so on our website, www.crackartscentre.com.
All right then. Okay. Have a good night.
Gerry, thanks a million.
Not at all.
Good luck. All the best. Now.
Thank you. Time for some Ulster Scots, I think. We've been neglecting them. Well, it's not really Ulster Scots, do you know what I mean? A native language, you know. Where's Daniel's moon over Belfast? Where is it?
What?
Where's Daniel's moon over Belfast?
You took it off me.
I did not take it off you.
You took it off me this morning. You took it at my desk. He says, "What's that doing there with you?"
I want to play moon over Belfast. Where is it? It must be upstairs.
You lifted it.
Ask Emma to go up and get it, would you? I don't like asking her. Will you ask her?
Call on one.
There's a record playing.
Oh.
Will you ask Emma to get moon over Belfast?
I shall.
Let's see if he's going to moon over Belfast.
Right.
I understand every word of that.
Thank you.
He said Scunner there, didn't he? And Shock.
That's not the beginning of the end. That's a return to yourself. The return to innocence.
It's good to be here a bit Irish every now and again. That's a song called, what's it called? Return to Innocence, from a group called Enigma, from an album called The Cross of Changes. That was out in 1993. Do you look at this? Have you seen what's happening here? Do you know? Sorry? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, just talking to Emma was telling me how her brother makes his porridge. And I was asking, how does he microwave it? Because I was saying that I microwave my porridge, and I slice a banana up and mix it.
Do you
all
think
up.
this is the time or place to be discussing how Emma mix
it's
mix her porridge?
It's her brother. But he would something.
Do you not think it'd be better to work on the programme?
But this is something I'm going to do tomorrow morning.
Work on the programme?
No, Emma's brother puts a spoonful of honey into his porridge, along with some almonds. Well, I don't like
decadent.
Almonds.
What is he?
No, I'm going to try the honey tomorrow morning and the porridge.
Be very careful. It might. Here, listen. A very interesting thing is happening here. The CD is rejecting Daniel's CD. The player is rejecting Moon Over Belfast.
What's it saying?
It's saying welcome.
No disc.
No disc. It's saying nothing. Let me try the top part. Because if the two CDs rejected, there's nothing I can do about it.
You can put in the third one.
No, I don't like the third one. I don't like it. Look.
Now take your time.
I'm taking my time, look. It says welcome.
Yeah, press the centre circle.
I press the centre circle. Oh, so this one's taken.
Yes,
Damn.
I see.
I thought the two of them were going to reject it. It would been far better if they had. Well, so Emma's brother puts a honey in it?
Honey, I'm going to try
Milk,
that.
sugar as well?
No sugar.
No sugar.
You have to put milk in it.
Okay, that's good.
Skim
Thank
milk.
you. Dermot Kavanagh is a man, a painter, artist. Dermot presented a very popular programme on BBC Two a while back, teaching people how to paint, called Awash with Colour. And he's on the line now with news of a very important find in an attic. I don't know where. You found a very valuable painting, Dermot.
Yes, Gerry, it looks as if I had. How are you, by the way?
I'm fine, thank
you.
you.
Good. No, we were clearing out a storeroom down in Hollywood, and I came across this fantastic painting. It's framed and mounted and all, and it looks like a very early Anderson.
You think it's a genuine Anderson?
I do indeed, yes.
Well, I remember I did paint one for your programme. I wonder, is it that one?
It looks to be it, Gerry. It's a painting of Leanan Strand. Now, I thought for all the world that you had that years ago, but obviously somebody has slipped up and it never was delivered to you.
Well, you see, it's been doing the rounds in the underground art market. And the last I heard of it was in Florence.
Absolutely.
But then it turned up in Padua. But no, where did you find it? Portrush?
We found it just in an old storeroom in Hollywood. Now, it's not signed, Gerry. I noticed there it's not signed, but it is framed, so that's something you'll have to do. Now, I must say...
Dermot, let me stop you there. You need to be very careful. There are a number of copies doing the rounds. Be careful.
But
you're pretty sure it's the genuine article?
Absolute original, yeah.
Well, I want you to insure that for £500,000.
We'll have to get it valued. But no, it's a lovely painting. It's framed and mounted and looks superb.
I would need that.
Yes,
I would need that. Will you give it to me?
I will, surely, of course. I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
But listen, you're still very, very busy. Tell me what you're up to these days.
We're doing workshops in Donegal at the minute, up at the Rossapena Pavilion in Downings, if you know it.
Oh, I do actually, at Downings. Yeah. And what's the crack up there? What happens up there?
There's a 3-day course at regular intervals throughout the year. In fact, there's one this weekend coming up Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Now, I've talked to people who've been in your course, and, I'm not just saying this because it's you, but they say that it really helped them tremendously. And these are people... a friend of mine, actually, I won't name her because I don't want to embarrass her. Not that she's embarrassed going on a course with you, but she doesn't want to hear her name on the radio. She went on a course with you, and she said it helped her greatly because she was someone who was interested and detected a wee bit of talent within herself. She thought to herself, I could do that, but she said you helped her tremendously.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I'm here for. And, if anybody has the interest in it at all, I'll bring it out in them. And... the courses are great for anybody who has an interest in getting started because I'll take them through painting step by step, supplying all the materials.
And where better to spend a weekend in Donegal, especially...
it's beautiful up there.
So that's Rossapena. So there's a weekend going on this weekend, is there?
This weekend, there's places on it if anybody's interested. Now, it's Friday, Saturday and Sunday from 10 until 4:30. But of course, if anybody is interested, they'll need to give me a shout because you need to pre-book it so that I know how many places to set up for.
Do you have a number, Dermot?
Yes, if anybody wants to contact me, 02887 784 166.
That's 02887 784 166?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, we've got that number here if you missed that. And do you know the wonderful thing about that? It's a great excuse to get out of the house. You see, if you've... You know, if a man or a woman maybe married a wee bit too long, and one of them is interested in painting, they can say, "You don't mind, love, if I just go up there to Donegal for a weekend? This fella's really good, you know." And she says, "No, fella, you're not interested in that old painting, are you?" Then he gets up and he gets full every night and paints all day. Isn't it great?
No, it'd be fantastic. I'd be delighted to see them, Gerry.
All right, then. So we have a number 02887784 Well, glad to know that you're still preaching the faith, and keep it lit.
Yes, indeed. And here, we'll have to get that down to you because I think you really should have it. It looks fantastic.
Thank you. I was proud of myself. Thank you very much indeed. Sean, you didn't realise that I was an artist.
No.
It's one of the things I've held back from you. Okay, Dermot, thank you very much and the best of luck.
Good luck to you, Gerry. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Speaking of Donegal...
What's this?
This is Daniel mooning over Ireland from a B-47, room 434, are stuck out the window.
There's a moon over Ireland, comes in from the sea, across the mountains.
An aquatic moon. A watery moon.
Where the rivers run free.
Oh, this is not right. Daniel's a nice fella.
Put your trousers on, Daniel.
Don't be mooning over Ireland. Moon over the Isle of Man. It's smaller. You've far better chance of hitting it.
You'll be fine there, Daniel.
Put them breeks up.
Magella, where's my trousers?
I'm just going to moon there for a minute.
Would you warm me trousers, Magella?
I'm going to moon. I'll moon soon. Moon soon, monsoon. Oh, this is cruel. Let the people listen to Daniel, for God's sake. Have you no respect?
And you won't be tongue-tied when you kiss the blarney. There's no...
You won't be tongue-tied when you kiss the blarney, I tell you.
Woohoo! I love you, Galway, Limerick and Derry, and Monaghan, Mayo.
He's got them all in, hasn't he?
He never mentioned the coils of Derry.
They say it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but that doesn't matter to me. I miss the Shannon, the hills of Roscommon, the green fields in my memory.
Not a word about Crossmaglen.
And I want to tell all my friends and my family in Donegal I'm coming home.
He never mentioned Kincaid.
I love you, Galway, Limerick and Derry, Sligo and Monaghan, Mayo and Clare. They say it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but that doesn't matter to me. There's a moon over Ireland, comes in from the sea, across the mountains and valleys, where the rivers run free. From the days of my childhood, oh, I've always known there's a moon over Ireland that shines on my home. There's a moon over Ireland that shines on my home.
See, Ken did it again. He made me start a thing all together in the middle.
deserve our fate. We're proud enough to cast a stone, but not enough to lose our homes. And now it's done, we haven't shown the things that were at stake. Should've stopped and think about it, would've brought the mind right out. So we can stand the one that shot it at us to our face. Would we even miss, and then I could we only see the damage when the dust is settled and we found this other waste. Oh, wind that's blown, 101 else nothing to show. See, it's all time to go, no more stones to throw. Oh, wind that's blown, 101 else nothing to show. See, it's all time to go, no more stones, no more stones to throw. Knocking on my neighbor's door, alas to no reply. Now it's time to live in peace, but no one's here to live with me. I should have learned a harmony before it could sign. Situation took a hold of common sense and wouldn't go. Although I know I should have known the error of our ways. All alone at dinner time with no one left to drink the wine, as I propose a toast to every family that paid. Oh, the wind that's blown, 101, now there's nothing to show. Seems so time to go, no more stones to throw. Show. See, it's all time to go. No more stones, no more stones to throw. Victims of a circumstance around us of our fate. Proud enough to cast a stone, but not enough to lose our homes. And now it's done, we haven't shown us what was at stake. Hey, oh, wind that's blown, 101, now there's nothing to show. See, it's all time to go, no more stones to throw. Hey, oh, wind that's blown, 101, now there's nothing to show. See, it's all time to go, no more stones. No more stones to throw.
That's No More Stones. That's a band called Enter the Haggis from an album called Soapbox Heroes that was out 3 or 4 years ago. Those mashups are at Go Home's website. Oh, I give the wrong website actually. It's www.gohomeproductions.co.uk/downloads. That's www.gohomeproductions.co.uk/downloads. And yeah, why not? Here's one more. Back tomorrow.